Start streaming.
Welcome back to round 19 of the X2 XRL League. I'll be your host, Root Beer King 28, and along with my buddy Herbie as usual.
That's me. I'm back.
So here we are,
We're
round 19.
expecting some really good action here today. It's more of a try and keep your car on the track more than anything, because the fast S-bends that they have in Mexico is unreal. If you can't get them right, you lose a lot of time. But yeah, we are in Mexico, and as Rootbeard was saying, hi and welcome to the channel.
Indeed. Also, indeed, it is very, very precise here at Mexico City. It's very much like CODIS in a sort of way. But the thing is, I think it has a longer straight, a longer speed trap than CODIS.
How long is that straight? It's a really long straight. I think it's longest one in the season, in the actual season, F1 season.
I'll try and Google it. But personally to me, something when you talked about straights, for some reason my mind immediately clicked to the Mulsanne straight at Le Mans. And
oh yes.
And I just realized and was actually kind of interested in something. What happens if Formula 1 cars raced at Le Mans for like a French Grand Prix?
It'll be interesting considering how much pace you can get in them cars and see how far they actually can top out.
Yeah.
So the race is going to be a 38 lap race, but before that we'll have a full qualifying session that regards on Q1 will be an 18-minute session, followed by Q2 is a 15-minute, and then followed by Q3 for the last 10 drivers with a 12-minute session, battling it out to be in the top 3.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So interestingly, they won't give me the actual straight and how long it is. It just says of how long the track is, and that being 2.674 miles. So do all your mathematics and stuff. So yeah,
that's fine by me. That's all right for me. It's fine.
So yes, indeed. Definitely a very interesting race at Texas last weekend. It was pretty much all up front was just pretty much always three-way battles, pretty much all the way through the grid. With Beer Boost.
Yeah, it was.
With Beer Boost,
very much.
And then I think Waddington. Waddington won last race. So it's mainly been in a. Wait a minute, there's Beer Boost. I've just kind of had a bit of a brainwash since Texas, and I've forgotten a lot. Dude, I mean, freaking school. Oh wait, shoot! Hold on.
That's a shame. I tried to put some checker flags on the actual XRL stream logo, but it didn't work. But oh well.
Better luck next time. There we go.
Is it all sounding clear? Yeah, it's sounding clear. But anyway, with the information of the track, with the X1 and X3 previously just done their races in Mexico, X1 had a full wet, I believe it was a full wet qualifying with a full wet race, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on it because I was racing myself in X3, but X3 we had 2 qualifying sessions of dry with a qualifying 3, or Q3, was in full wet conditions, but led the race in full dryness. So I don't get how the weather can change all of a sudden, but it did. So hopefully, with X2 being their round in Mexico, hopefully we may have some more action-packed drama with different weather changes, different strategies that all the guys and the teams are going to be putting into place. But all in all, hopefully it'll be a clean race.
Indeed. However, drama in T1 for this race will be definitely interesting to see. After all, we've had pretty much some fairly clean races, except some back markers getting it loose on the gravel traps of Suzuka. But pretty much everybody went away cleanly when we went lights out at CODIS. So it'll be definitely interesting to see of how well everybody will be able to get away here.
Yes, it sure will. But this will also show on what type of people setups have got, because some people have really low downforce on the cars that will give them more speed into the straights, but not great in the corners. But some of them sort of still have the alternative of that, and you'll see the difference between on the straights where people will gain past them thinking, oh bloody hell, he's got some pace and speed, but the thing is they'll catch him back up through the S-bends, and all of a sudden it puts the game into a different aspect altogether.
Indeed. It's also, setup is always a necessary thing in a part of a race. That's the reason why I'm still so slow, for the reason I have never truly explored camber all that much. I mean, without it, you're basically just a sitting duck.
I can't agree more. I was a sitting duck in X3 earlier. I had so many people speeding past me on the straight, it was unreal, but I did catch them up in the corners, but yeah, just couldn't keep up at all. And I felt sorry for I don't know if you watched X3, feel sorry for Retro if he's watching. I'm sorry, but I've got to say it. It was on lap 8, and he was leading the cars through a procession of a safety car. The safety car come in, and as he come round the last corner, he put his foot down, and obviously he runs on no traction. His car just literally span. He went from first to the back of the grid within seconds. He just couldn't believe it.
I think then you wouldn't be addressing the throttle control. Yes, no, I bet Benata was patched through to the comms and had a bit of a word with Retro, or was it Turbo?
But it was Retro. Retro had it. Right. But it's a good job, really, because, not a good job, but Retro had an absolute fantastic race. He did get back through the pack, and I can't remember where he finished. I think he finished in top 10, I know that. But as we are underway, the guys are starting to ready up. As you can see on the right hand side, we are now in Mexico. We are going into Q1, and as I said before, this is a 18-minute session for the 20 drivers. I think it's 19 actually, isn't it? Is it 19 or 20? 19 or 20 drivers to compete to get into Q2 and then into Q3.
Agreed, as well as I'm interested to see how the back markers make up here in Mexico. Will they have a different sort of performance? I'm specifically looking more or less at Pengu and Zola. Also as well as Venom, because they've had some. It's just never gone well for them here in X2, or at least for the last couple of races. They've always either been DNF'd, or they were just completely back markers, just waiting to be lapped by guys like Beer Boost.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate for Zola. Zola's done some fabulous performance all the way through season, and he just seems to get clipped by somebody in the race. It just ruins his race altogether. But he has got it in him to proceed his car through into the top 10 or possibly into a podium position. But yeah, it does get unfortunate. And bless him, I must agree.
Yes. As well as I must say, it would be quite interesting if I think it was Mr. Bernie Eccleston who had the idea of doing lottery qualifying. So basically, all you did was just basically take a number out of a hat, and that's where you would be starting. It'd be super interesting. It would be interesting, but also in a way of being anticlimactic. As a AlphaTauri comes out.
Yes, the AlphaTauri does come up. It is Sasha, yeah. It's actually Andre 02. Followed by the McLaren, I believe that is Anderson. I may be wrong, no it's not, it's Beer Boost. Beer Boost is the second car out, also followed by the Ferrari of Degger. And then the Alfa Romeo looks like it's also joining the actual action for the first set of laps around Q1. And that is ultimate.
It'll be interesting to see, because maybe you have no idea. Maybe what happens is Beard Boost gets a DNF, and one of these either middle of the grid or back of the grid drivers somehow gets his first win here. Because to be honest, let's be real here. It's been pretty much Beard Boost domination here at X2.
It has. For how long I've been commentating the X2, it definitely has been a Beard Boost show. But on the stream, I've just been informed as well, as you'd probably like to know, it is actually an all-dry session through the race and qualifying. So we should have pretty quick lap times going through this session.
Indeed, some true potential to see all of these drivers perform and seeing how well they will be able to, perform during this race. As well as I'm currently riding on board now with Sasha Andreou too. The young Romanian was mainly at the middle of the grid during CODIS, and I bet here he's looking to up and gain himself some positions, furthering himself in the points as we close to the season.
Sure does. We've also got, we had 17 drivers. I believe someone else has just joined the session. I think it was Venom. But also, if you notice on the actual grid, in P10 so far, obviously he's only in the pits, we've got a new contender. I've not seen him before. It's Danny JJ A02. I believe he's a new contender for the X2. I'm guessing he'll be just trying it out to see where he gets in X2.
And Sasha goes wide. Sasha went wide off of one of the corners. I think around T11, I believe, as well as I think we have a new show in X2 and P3, Mr. Hazel.
Hazel, yes. Hazel's also coming out on his out lap as well. In the is it the Haz car? Beer Boost has just posted a 1:14.4. Jesus.
That's in fact faster than Valtteri Bottas's lap record around here, that being a 1:18.7.
Jesus, got 4 seconds near enough. But Beer Boost yet again putting his time in to show dominance in this actual session altogether. But Anderson has responded in the same team as in McLaren, has responded with 1:15.4. He's literally just below or just over a second behind in his lap, but I'm sure Beer Boost will be happy with that time.
Oh yes, he'll be freaking overjoyed, I bet. I mean, I don't know if he knows the lap record around here, but he has just absolutely smashed it through 4 seconds. 4 seconds! That's just madness!
It's crazy, isn't it? Also, Tigors has just posted. Tigors has just posted a 15 flat with Penku 51.17.8.
Yes, it'll also be definitely interesting to see the two rookies, Hazel and Danny JJ, perform. The reason because of the long pause is still, I have a trouble with saying Racing Point. My mind just wants to scream Force India!
We're learning, we're still learning.
Yeah. And they're... Oh! It's Sasha! Sasha's in the wall!
Is that Sasha out? He's not moving. No, he's there. He's in the session. Hazel's gone. Hazel's died. Hazel's got a DNF. Something's happened to Hazel.
RF in the chat for poor Hazel, the new guy.
I'm going on Ryan Hurricane to see if you can see the car. It's still on track. There he is. Hazel's there in the middle of the track. Oh no, Hazel's in the middle of the track with his car, with no wheel left at all. His car has just been cleared. That is unfortunate for Hazel in X2, his first appearance. Ultimate has just took Beer Boost off the podium with off the first place spot with a 1:14.461.
Yes, it seems that Ultimate and Beer Boost are just always in a race of their own. Like, nobody can pretty much catch up to them. It's just constant battle between Beer Boost and Ultimate. It's much like a Alain Prost and Senna. James Hunt and Niki Lauda, freaking Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. But in all of the rivalries you want, this is a true bitter rivalry. And Beer Boost retires.
Beer Boost has retired from the session. So is Ultimate. Ultimate is also retired from the session. I'm just running alongside with Ollie, and Ollie has posted. He is in a lap though, but he's posted a 1:14. It's in third so far for the Renaults.
Yes, and I'm currently riding on board with Waddington as he goes through the S's. The S's, just like Codis, are very, very tricky to get right here in Mexico.
It sure is. We've seen many times when we was doing X3, and no end of cars couldn't keep on the track. We're touching the too much curve as they're going around the S's. But here comes Waddington now on his final corner. Can he get that foot down much as he can to get his pace through to get a 1:14.5? That puts him to third so far. It knocks Ollie off in the Renault so far.
And Danny JJ, the new guy in town, seems to have stayed in P5 fairly well. It'll be definitely interesting to see somebody like Smooth being a back marker for Codis. Seeing how he will perform. After all, Penku and Zola being in 10th and 14th, I suppose, respectively. Just nobody knows. It's unlike Formula 1, like the official Formula 1. You never know what you're going to get, like in X2.
No, of course not. Of course not. It's constant drama all the time in X2. Oh, excuse me.
Zola still on his outlap, has now a lap invalidation. This will definitely cost him time if he wants to get anywhere near the front.
Don't matter now because he's off his out lap. He's on his flying lap now. He's starting it. Can he get his pace up to this first corner and get round that first corner with decent pace at least to get round? He's coming close. Is he coming close to the curb? He's coming close to the curb now to pull onto the right. Cuts that perfectly there. He comes towards the DRS, little DRS straight that's there for him to get some speed. Oh, and that was, who was that? It was just posted. Was that Venom?
Venom! That was Venom with a 114.8, securing P5, knocking Danny JJ off the top 5 podium. But I will admit, I'm riding on board with Danny JJ right now, and he is looking fast. Just pure, utter speed coming from that racing point.
He's doing really well considering that I don't know if he's been in X2 for a bit, but I've not seen him. But he's doing absolutely phenomenal so far to keep that car in the top 10. Absolutely phenomenal. But I'm going to go back to Zola because Zola was on a flying lap. He was doing really well under his pace. He's on the last few bends now, near to the end of the race. End of the lap. Can he get his time in? He's got a 1:10 at that corner. Can he get? What's he going to get now? A 1:15.5. It puts him in 10th so far.
I bet Zola in that cockpit is constantly fuming from his last few performances during the last weekends. He wants to see if he can't do just a little bit better, maybe getting somewhere near the top 5, or just maybe not in the back marker section at this Mexican Grand Prix.
Indeed, it's a shame because Mr. Schmee was doing a good lap there, but he's invalidated it through the S's. And back on with Danny. I think Danny's, because he's on 1:13, just at the back end of the actual end of the lap. I think he's going to end up coming into the pits. The next car would be to post his time. I would believe it's Sasha. Is it Sasha? It is, with a 1:15.6. Only to put him in 11th so far.
Zola, now in the top 10, has definitely the speed in qualifying to maybe pull something spectacular off today. As well as Schmee, the young Scarlet, the number 16 Scarlet Ferrari machine, seems to not really be doing well, being back in P17, right next to Smooth. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm watching his performance at the minute. He is a bit twitchy on his back end. I think his rear end might be a bit too high up. It's going again, look.
Oh! He goes loose right into the wall. Fortunately, it does not take off his tire.
Luckily, there was not much damage there. I don't think there's any damage at all, but it doesn't help him at all in this situation he's in. But I think his rear end is a bit too high. He's just invalidated his lap once more. He may have to pit. Oh, that was an alpha. That was Sasha in the wall. Sasha is in the wall after the S's. There's no damage on the car.
Yeah, I don't see any damage on the car just yet. No, it doesn't seem like it. Don't know what happened there. It just seems everybody gets loose here at Mexico. It's like a freaking tango.
It sure does. It shows you that this Mexican place doesn't have some spicy moments, I must admit. But I'm on board with Penku now. Penku is just starting this.
Sasha goes full spinata right on the exit of T17, or right on the entry for actually, and he goes into the pits.
Yeah, just watching Sasha now. He did lose an end plate on the side of his wing, but the next car to come through, I believe that is a Ferrari that's coming up. I believe that might be Degger. It is Degger. Hopefully Degger can improve his time. He don't need to improve much. As he will get through into Q2 so far with that time, but more the merrier, more better time it is, better he gets a chance of getting in.
Indeed, the number 94, now coming into the pits. For the Italian horse that is Scuderia Ferrari, it has been definitely a disappointing year for them. Really, they've just been subjugated to the middle of the grid and the rear of the grid. In X2 and in Formula 1. I just want to see my favorite team perform just fantastic. Maybe if we get beer boost in the red car, maybe we have a chance.
Hopefully he may get a seat change. He may have a change in his seat. He might be transferred to a different car, but we'll see for next season. But just run alongside with Penku now in the Renault. Renaults have been having a good session, a good season so far. They've had a not bad session now. They've got one in fourth, and Penku's going to try and improve his lap now. But yeah, Renaults have done a good job so far through this season.
And I think I actually know why. You see the E-Tech sponsors on the steering wheel and part of the wing. I bet that's the French version of VTEC. They're using E-Tech cars.
Correct.
But yeah, all in all, Penku is just trying his best to catch up to his teammate Volley, and who is currently in fourth. Penku has not really had the greatest season. It might be to set up. I have no idea of how long he's been here in X2. But personally, to me, I feel like there is potential there. He just needs to find some way to exploit it as he comes into the pits.
Oh, that's unfortunate, that, really. I thought he might have put a decent lap in there, but he must have had a bit of an issue through the S's. I've just seen that, is it Fiend that's out on track? No, it's Zola. Zola's now starting his flying lap to try and improve his lap time. Oh, someone's just gone up. I think that was Smooth. Smooth has put his time in at 1:15.3. Is in 8th position.
Yes, indeed. The Williams is definitely looking to put at least some form of impression at the 2021 Mexican Grand Prix. Fiend being right behind him with around, I think that's 1/100th of a second.
It is roughly, I'd say, but Ryan Hurricane, I've just noticed Ryan Hurricane's put his lap time in of a 1:15.1. It's now put him in between Tigers and Smooth so far in Q1, in 8th position. But I'm watching Zola now. Zola's just come out of the S's. He's coming now to his last 4 turns of the track.
Will the Red Bull be able to hook the time like the horns? Oh, and he gets a bit tricky. He gets a bit tricky as he thrusts himself into the pits. That just sounds wrong.
Oh dear, he lost a bit of traction there. His car didn't
all
like that at all.
sorts of wrong.
Penku's retired from the session. I think Penku's giving up altogether. Oh, Sasha's gone a bit twitchy there. He's all right though. He's 7 tenths quicker in his time. Just come out of the S's, coming through the... Is it the arena? It's coming through the arena now. Final corner. Foot down. ERS kicking in. Just failed on him, but it's a 114.1.
And he's P1 with a 114.1! That's madness! I bet Beer Boost, Ultimate, or Waddington would have never expected Sasha to take pole here in Q1. That's incredible! That is just outstanding. Just absolute applause to the AlphaTauri machine and the man driving it.
That's crazy. That's another contender now in the top. I'd say it's going to be the top five drivers. If this carries on into Q3, these are going to be the top 5 drivers that are going to be battling it out through Mexico.
Indeed, and here in Mexico, fights can get very tough, especially through the S-bends, as well as with that long home stretch. Oh, and that's Sasha. That's Sasha going wide off of the exit of the S's. What happened there?
I don't know. I was just running along with Mr. Shmee because Mr. Shmee's the only one that needs to put a time in with 25 seconds to go, and he's got the Ferrari through now. He's only coming to 16th, so he's not going to make it unless he can put a lap in now. It's going to dominate through the pack, but at the minute he's out of the session.
Yes,
Sasha,
indeed, the red machine of Mr.
I was just going to say, so I couldn't tell you what happened to Sasha, to be fair.
Oh. Shmee is just... I just feel like with some of these drivers, there's always the first-hand drivers, that being like for Mercedes, Tigueras, or for the Ferrari team, Dedgar. It just seems all of these second drivers there's just something wrong. They just can't get on pace with somebody who has just the absolute experience and just willpower that is Beer Boost, Ultimate, and Sasha.
Yeah, they're just absolute fantastic drivers. I must admit, they've got the pace, but they've also got the smoothness through the tracks. You know, there's people that twitch on the corners, you know, double turning on a corner just so they can get the car in line. But Sasha and Ultimate and also Beer Boost, they're so smooth with the exits and smooth on the entry. It does make up valuable time, and I've let Mr. Shmee finish his lap because he invalidated it through the S's.
Seems like another poor weekend for Scuderia Ferrari as we come to a close here in Q1. If you're joining us right now, hello, my name is Root Beer King 28, followed by Herbie, and you are watching the Round 19 Mexican Grand Prix of 2021 for X2.
Indeed. So
we have just finished Q1.
Yes, we have. And you can carry on. Would you like to say through?
Yes, as we finish through Q1, and our top drivers will be Sasha, Ultimate, Beard Boost, Waddington, Ollie, Venom, Danny, Tigueras, Ryan, Smooth, Fiend, Anderson, Dedgar, Jeebus John, Zola, and that'll be your top 15 with Mr. Shmee, Pengu, and Hazel, the new rookie for X2, being disqualified for not being on pace with the rest of the grid. Hopefully they'll be able to make it perhaps somewhere in the race.
Fingers crossed, yeah. Hazel may have had a really bad qualifying session, but hopefully he could get that into his head, the fact that he's got the pace and he's got the quality of drive. He just needs to put that into his race pace and hopefully bring that car up to racing standards. But hopefully, as we are going into Q2, we are now 15 minutes starting now, and the 15 drivers are now sorting out the tyres, what they'd like to go for. Some of them may go on the softs to have a soft, medium, soft race. Some may go on the mediums, have a medium, then softs. It is a 2-stop strategy. I would recommend 2 stops.
And it seems the first car to come out, that being a Haas machine,
Waddington.
I believe that is of Waddington. The next coming out is the Alfa Romeo, and I think that is actually the McLaren of Beer Boost, or Anderson. Yep, that's Anderson. Here comes a Red Bull. As more and more cars start coming out, and that's a Racing Point. There we go. As well as the Ferrari, I believe that is. Yep, that is the '94 of Dedger. Most of the grid is now coming out for their outlap. Very few want to be stuck in the back for this Mexican Grand Prix. As if with pretty much any Grand Prix that's fairly tight, you always either want to be in the direct front or the direct rear. If you're somewhere in the middle, you have more of a potential chance of getting in that big one if it ever happens into turn one. However, we have been seeing some contradictory. Oh, as well as yellow flags. It looks to be Ollie in the Renault machine. Yep, there he is. I guess he's just being a little bit slow start off. Anyways, as I was saying, however, we have been contradicted beforehand with lights out at CODIS and Japan. It seems that most of the races, these drivers know how to get off cleanly, which is just a massive respect to all of them, being able to go that fast and getting off that cleanly, that quick.
Yeah, it's nice to see that I know us drivers, we do have some really bad incidents in races, and yeah, I've done it before where you don't pay much attention and you actually do fly into the back of somebody and you don't intentionally mean to at all, and it does affect your race and it affects the other driver's race. But as the season's gone on, it's nice to see the fact that all drivers now, including new starters, we're getting some really good new starters, but all the drivers now are coming across quite clean and making these races more interesting as there's more cars to play on the field.
I extremely agree, as well as, I must say, once again, even though we are the most famous league, and we're definitely not the most, once again, famous or attention-grabbing, however, this is pretty well professional.
Waddington's just lost it on turn. Well, sorry, Waddington just lost it on the last turn on his flying lap. He did have a brilliant time, but he's just lost it.
And now he's coming back into the pits. Perhaps better luck next time. Anderson now pulling a 1:16.2.
That's not a bad time that for the mediums, considering that it was only 2 seconds behind on the softs when we did Q1. But ultimately, it's just come in with a 1:30. He must have a bit of a twitch on the corners, but he'll be wanting to put improvement on that time now while he's out on track.
Yes, as well as Anderson still staying up. Whoa! And that's ultimate. He just went all sorts of crazy with his car. It seems that even though he has, I believe those are mediums, or those hards. I think hards are
medium tires.
Medium tires. It just seems that he just went all sort of sideways, as well as Ollie now posting a 1:15.6. Our current top 5: Ollie, Anderson, Dedger, Fiend, and Ultimate rounding out your top 5. And everybody else has yet to post their lap time. I bet it's Sasha next.
Sasha, wow, there you go. Sasha's just posted a 1:15.4, 2 attempts quicker than Ollie.
Dang, talk about telekinesis. I knew that, like, right on the dot. Yeah.
I believe it's
that's
no
yellow flags. It looks to be
Wellington's out of the session. Oh no! What happened to Waddington?
I don't think just Waddington really felt it.
He's in the pits.
For
He's not like he's not binned it on the straights or on the corners. So he's actually in the pits. He must have retired in the pits. He must not have felt. Danny's just gone fastest on the softs with a 1:14.8. He's making a good improvement there on his debut.
Indeed, it seems that we have found, if you will, the Racing Point Michael Schumacher of X2. I mean, this isn't Belgium, to be honest, but Danny is making an incredible impression to all of these drivers, and Beard Boost has not even posted a lap time yet. I just don't know what's with him. He just
I
always
think-
either seems.
I was just going to say, I think he's going to do like you said last time, mate. In America, he's going to leave it to the last few seconds, or the last few minutes, and then come out to prove a point. But as someone's just posted
Actually,
as well,
that's Beer Boost now, with now 9 minutes left as he exits the pits.
it is Beer Boost. He's on his way out now to hopefully post his time. He has got someone flying at the side of him in the. Is that the Mercedes? No, it's not Mercedes, is it? Yes, it was Tigers. Tigers now is just coming to put his lap in. He did put a 1:16 flat in to make him in 5th. I'm assuming he might want to improve on it because he has got his DRS open, so he is trying to put more time in.
But it's very hard to put it in a good time with those medium tires. After all, even though they degrade less than the softs, they do, in fact, perform, or I should say that they are less grippy than the softs, even though more durable. And that's kind of the whole thing also with Formula One. It's not a simple just go cling to the floor and hope it works kind of deal. It's all kind of calculated with including setup and tire management. It definitely is a very, very hectic sport, Formula One.
It sure is a very heavy duty on the brain sport, I must admit. But as people want to know, if you like to know, that the guys that are obviously qualified so far, as you can see, Danny's qualified on the softs. He will be starting on the softs. He may have a soft, medium strategy, but he can change that to a soft medium. Despite if he does make an improvement on his lap time in a medium set, I'd very much doubt he will be able to. As even the top drivers like Sasha and Ollie have only just posted a 1:15 with mediums, so it's looking like Danny will have to start on the softs, and they don't last long at all around this track.
Oh, absolutely not. But personally, to me, I find I have eyes on Zola. After he just did a fantastic purple sector 1.
Yes, definite. Waddington's just posted that he's wanting to keep his medium tyres fresh as possible.
Oh! Zola nearly just losing it on the rear, but being able to counter it and post a 1:16.8. That won't be enough to get, or actually no, he's right on the top 10. Oh, and he just got knocked out of the top 10 by another driver. Do you know who it is?
Who was that then? Sorry, I'm sorry, I was just looking at Discord at the standings and that, sorry.
Well, somebody just knocked Zola. Oh, Zola's now into P12. Fiend.
It would have been smooth.
Well,
Smooth's just come on through. It was smooth. Sorry, it was smooth. He's on the pit straight. He would have put the time in of a 1:16.6.
The only one who hasn't posted a lap time yet is James John in the Mercedes car. Yeah, Danny has just been flying here at Mexico, especially for Q2. Pole position with a 1:14.8. It'll be definitely interesting to see if Sasha will, which he's currently in the pits, or maybe even Beer Boost for that. Beer Boost goes wide. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. Sector 3 yellow flags because of that. Yes, the papaya orange McLaren of Beard Boost has definitely been. Oh, good lord! That's ultimate with a 1:13.6. That puts him into P1.
Wow,
Good
that is a
Lord
first.
Almighty.
I don't know about watching the X1 stream, but that's the first 1:13 I've ever seen, and especially getting close to the low 1:13s. That's crazy. So Zola's in the pits now. He has changed to softs. I wonder if he's going to come out to improve his time. There is 4.5 seconds left to go, but we have got Smooth, Fiend, Zola and Jeebus John Waddington's saving his mediums for the race. But you've got them drivers there trying to battle it out to try and get into Q3. Will they do it? We'll find out because Fiend is on a flying lap now, I believe. He is.
Fiend being a fairly decent driver, but he hasn't really all of these drivers are they just can't get near that sort of spot with Sasha, Beard Boost, and Ultimate, and it seems Danny has done that. I think it's just incredible to see on his debut, Danny coming out and posting like P2 for his first, or for Q2 for his pretty much first qualifying session.
Yes, correct. Oh, I'm just looking. Danny is actually an X1 driver, and he's in 13th position in X1. So Danny...
Well, that explains everything.
Yeah, so the guys in the list, as you can see, you've got Ultimate, Waddington, Ollie, Danny, who else we've got on there? Hazel's even an X1 driver. Let's have a look even further. I think most of these are X1 drivers that are driving in X2 as reserves. There must be short on X2 drivers unless they can't attend.
Indeed, very unfortunate. For we've had some definitely interesting battles with like Wallaby, who is currently a no-show.
Yes, correct. And to be honest with you, it would have been nice for Wallaby and Joe Pelly if they both attend today, because they're only 10 points behind one another to battle it out for 4th position. But also Anderson is 20 points behind CJ Allen to gain 2nd position for the McLarens. So the McLarens at the minute are running in 1st and 3rd in the drivers' standings. So that would be a great result for McLaren. I believe McLaren, with the constructors, McLaren have definitely dominated the constructors. They're 536 into the points, so yeah, McLaren have definitely won that too.
Oh, absolutely! It's pretty much been McLaren dominance, at least since I've been here in the commentary box. Now this being my 4th time, and I've just seen the McLaren team. They work so well together, Anderson and Beer Boost. As holy mother of Lord. It's Fiend and Zola. Zola has his redemption arc, has a potential redemption as he secures P1 with his teammate Fiend in P3 with a 113.2. That's Tigaris in P2 with a 114.2. Beer Boost, I bet, is just absolutely shocked at what has happened here. Usually the people who is behind him are right now in front of him. And it's right now he's out of the top 5, and he continues to decline as his teammate Anderson gets into P3, and Jeebus John boasts a faster lap time than him. What's going on?
This is absolutely phenomenal. It's nice to see the actual Red Bull team in the top 10 to go into Q3, because sometimes there's either one or both of them been out of the session, but this is phenomenal for the Red Bull. And also, I believe Beer Boost. Oh, who's that? Is that Sasha? Sasha's gone wide through the S's. For the AlphaTauri, but he's coming back into it now. He's on the back straight. Sorry, DRS is not enabled, so I don't think he's going to put a lap in yet. But that's phenomenal for the Red Bulls team. Also, Beer Boost is starting his flying lap. Can he get out of this getting close stage to 10th? He's in 10 now. Ryan Hurricane's just posted. It was Ryan Hurricane. We're 115 flat to put him in 5th.
Indeed, it just seems that the rest of the grid has heard what I've been saying in Q1 and are determined to knock Beard Boost off of his domination pedestal. Either that or Beard Boost isn't trying.
It must be, but if we're looking at the grid now, if you look at the tally at the side, all below 10, they're all finished, they're all retired, and Degger's finished, so this is your top 10, so now whoever puts the time in, it doesn't matter, they are through to Q1 or Q3, they are through to Q3. But can Beer Boost put a phenomenal lap in now to take Ultimate off his podium spot at the minute? He can't, no, he's battled out of it. Oh, I think he wanted to pit. I think
he slows.
That's unfortunate for Beer Boost, but that's fair enough. He's got his secure spot in 10th.
And it looks like Ryan Hurricane will have to settle for P5 as he has his lap invalidated.
It sure does. They'll just probably pull into the pits now. Ryan Hurricane to finish the session off.
Woo! Would you like to count off for Q2?
Yeah, of course I can. No problem at all. You can do Q1. No, Q3, sorry. So, as it comes to the end of Q2, this is... Who is this now? This is Ryan Hurricane now coming into the pits, as you can see. So, at the end of Q2, we have got Ultimate, Tigers and Anderson in the top 3, followed by Danny, Ryan Hurricane, Fiend, Zola. Fantastic result for them into Q3 for Red Bull, with Sasha, Jeebus John and Beer Boost all in Q3. It's a shame that Ollie, Venom and Dedgar, also Smooth, didn't make it. I believe that's someone else.
And especially Waddington,
and Waddington,
in the Haas
yes.
machine.
Yes, correct. Sorry, I didn't scroll down quick enough. Waddington as well for the Haas driver. Unfortunately, not making it into Q3, but as the time clocks down, we're going into Q3 now with a 12-minute session.
Also, I find it interesting how like people in the UK say Haas, but here in the United States we call the team Haas.
Yeah.
Because it seems that it would be like the other way around, but okay.
Well, it's like
the English language is that confusing, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's like you with chips in it. Your chips is crisps, or your chips is crisps, and our chips is actual fries.
Yeah, the English language needs to have a bit of a reset update.
Just need to meet in the middle. That's all we need to do.
Yes.
Call it potato wafers or something. I don't know. So I believe the first car out on track was Ultimate. It is Ultimate now. He's going to try and get his lap in and then sit in the pits for the rest of the session, I believe, just so he's not wasting his tyres that much. We've also got behind him, I believe that's Sasha, behind with the... I was just about to say what you said, Force India, but it's not. It's Racing Point. Racing Point Danny followed behind him.
I understand that the BWT sponsorship is vital for the Racing Point team, but just make it another color. Why is that so hard? But it will also be interesting because next year, I was about to say Force India as well. The Racing Point team is now getting bought out by Aston Martin, and so now it'll be the Aston Martin Racing team.
Correct. I'm looking forward to seeing the Aston Martin team, especially with Sebastian Vettel being inside the actual car, so it could improve his game, and hopefully might be nice to see the Aston Martin team getting the first points of the season. But as Ultimate starts the flying lap, I'm just looking at the chat. Wavy is just said, I miss you guys. I like it, the UK then. Maybe you just say it wrong.
Oh boy, that's not good. Hang on. I just got the battery low warning from my headphones, and now I'm plugging them in.
I did that last time. I had to do the same. So Ultimate now is obviously coming into Sector 2. Obviously the first drive to put a lap in, has got his purple sectors. That will not mean anything at all until everyone's put a lap in. So as he comes through the S's now, he is doing absolutely phenomenal through the S's. He hasn't missed a corner yet. Oh, he's just saying that. I've just jinxed him. He's just invalidated his lap. Unfortunate there for Ultimate. But Sasha now is coming to do the same. Sasha's not invalid. He keeps on going. DRS is open. Oh, he's just
as well as
too
with
far.
the purple sector too, and he gets lap invalidated.
He just went too far on the
such
right corner.
great potential drives, and they just get shut down immediately by something like a lap invalidation.
So that's all them cars coming through. The next car will be the purple. That's Danny. Danny's even got invalid. Danny's gone into the pits. So the next car will be Ryan Hurricane, I believe. Ryan Hurricane is the first one to post at 1:15.2. We've seen
Definitely
faster.
not the worst, but yet we've seen faster. There's a 114.4 from Tigurus. Do we see anything else? Anderson also posting a 115.1. Beer Boost now posting a 114.6. Zola now posting a 115.9.
They will improve on these. I don't think they'll sit in the pitch, you know, to be fair. They'll not want to leave it at that because they have been hitting the 114s and the... well, the only one person that's done that, and that's Ultimate with the 113, sorry, 113.
Indeed, it's also interesting to see Fiend and Danny haven't really gone out and did their laps for Q3. Maybe they're just wanting to stay back.
Possible, but I've just noticed Ultimate is just coming into the flying lap second time round. Purple Sector 2, he's just posted a 113.6. Wow.
Jesus. I don't know how these drivers do it. They are true supermen. I have no idea how they're being able to pull off these times. If I was driving there right now, I would be at least posting a 120.
I can't even imagine to hit F113. 115 I was happy, but Jesus, 113 is crazy. So I believe that is all the cars in the top 6 vehicles that have all put a lap in. They're all in the pits now. The only car on track is Ultimate, and the Racing Point of Danny is coming out onto the track now. Also, Jeebus John's out on track, putting his lap time in now, so hopefully Danny may not be in his way. Hopefully he can put a decent lap in to get into the top 3.
Indeed, the new guy for X2, even though he's an X1 driver, will he be able, and he has shown it throughout X2, Q2, what am I saying, X2? He's been showing throughout Q2 that he's definitely a capable driver, being an X1 driver. So I wonder, how well will he be able to pull a rabbit out of the hat today for Q3, and seeing if maybe he can get in the top 3, and maybe if he's lucky getting on pole, because trust me when I say this, I doubt, and I'm just thinking this in my mind, I haven't actually gone up against them, but I bet for a fact Ultimate and Beer Boost would constantly drive circles around me.
They are very quick drivers, I must admit, but I'm just wondering with Javis John, and Javis John had a purple sector 1. Hopefully he can carry this purple sector through the whole circuit and get an absolute dominant lap time to keep into top 3. Coming through the final corner now. He has got his ERS going through. He's just posted a 115.5. That's very unfortunate. He's in 6th position so far. Still a good lap. Still a good time.
Danny now finished with his outlap. Now going for his flying lap. The Racing Point 28 machine of Danny JJ he's just going all around, man. He's just everywhere at once.
Always got a purple sector 1. Can he keep this up?
It looks like he will. After all, he is extremely capable. He just has to not get it wrong through the S's. That's going to be the main challenge for him.
It sure is. Ultimate, I think he's just wanting a quick lap round just to see if he can get into the strategy of the race again. Because he's got a comfortable time. There's really no point to come out, to be fair. I think I'd be more comfortable. But he has just put a purple sector 2 in. He has got 2 sectors in purple. Can he put a 3rd sector in purple to get him in top 3?
Seeing by the smoothness of his steering wheel, I think he will be able to, as well as his absolutely incredible throttle control. As well, he posts. Oh! It's going to be only a 114.8 for Danny, putting him right in the top 5. But let's just say.
He's definitely just under he's just over a second and 2 tenths. A second and 2 tenths behind.
It'll be extremely difficult for anybody to get near Ultimate's time of a 113.6. However, with the race to come soon, it could be perhaps possible for just like in CODIS last weekend, Ultimate slipping up through some penalties and Waddington
yeah.
getting that win.
Yeah, I remember that. I've just, good job you said that. I remember that. He had an absolute outstanding performance. Just too many corner cutting and exceeding track limits, sorry. And it cost him the race. It put him in second place, innit?
It was extremely unfortunate for Ultimate last weekend, but I'm sure he will want to make amends this weekend.
He's got a purple sector 1. I'm running on the side of him now. He's got a purple sector 1. He may improve his time. I don't know if he can carry this on into sector 2 through the S's. It seems to be people struggling to get the pace down in sector 3. It is a hard sector, I must admit. But he's flying
Also,
through the
Sasha not really posting he hasn't posted any time.
Not so far, no, but Sasha is a contender. He's a contender to be in the top 3. He's definitely got the pace.
Sector 2, yellow flags. I believe that is of Ryan, and it's clear.
It's definitely clear. I'm just watching Ultimate now. He's gonna. Oh, he's just lost. Oh, Jesus!
He loses it straight into the pits. Oh!
I think he's retired. Look, he's definitely gone now. My bum's twitching now. I'm not doing this ever again. He's definitely retired. I think I'll retire and run to the toilet after that. Jesus Christ! But
I bet he's just absolutely furious that he wasn't able to post it right before his car the Alfa Romeo machine just spun on him, and unfortunately he had to go into the pits.
He obviously thought that he might as well just stop in the pits now instead of causing an absolute distraught to his lap. He'd still it's unlucky for Anderson there. I'm just watching Anderson trying to get his lap in.
Sasha now posting a 1:14.3, putting him in P2.
That's crazy for Sasha. That's brilliant for Sasha. He'd be loving that. Hopefully he can keep his spot for second with Tigers in third, hopefully. But Beer Boost is out on track. He is the main contender for putting fast lap times in. Will he do it again in Mexico?
Oh, that's Danny. That's the new guy. That's Danny going slow out of, I believe that's turn 4. Nope, that's T3.
No, it's... Oh yeah, what was I going to say? Watching Beer Boost is on an outlap, so... Ryan Hurricane now starting his flying lap with Zol... No, is it not Zol? It's Fiend. Fiend's not even put a time in yet. It's 40 seconds left of the session. Hopefully he can put a decent lap in to get into at least the top 5, possibly a top 3 position.
That is correct. It'll be definitely, once again, it's always interesting to watch in X2 because, as I said beforehand, I believe in Q2, you never know what you're going to get. As Danny, and he stays in P6.
That's unfortunate for Danny, but he's done a cracking job for what he's done so far. He has made it into the window to get another lap in. There is 15 seconds left, so he is putting another lap in. But if he may screw up, that'll be the end of it. So most of the cars now are coming into the pits. You've got Anderson now finishing off with Tigers following behind. I believe that's Zola. No, it's not Zola, it's Fiend. Fiend's getting close to putting his lap time in. He's only got 3 more corners to go. He's in the Mexican arena. Final corner.
Indeed, the Red Bull machine of Fiend will try and do anything. Will it happen?
Oh,
He'll be put into P8. I guess that's one position better, but
Zola's 3/10 off his time. He's doing a lot better. Can he keep? Oh, he's just invalidated on the last corner. That's so unfortunate for Zola.
I bet just like Ultimate, just absolutely fuming. Just how could it just be possible? Lap invalidation right at the last corner. Right when he felt he was about to do so well.
I was just going to say, Beer Boost has just finished his lap and he's only put a 1:13.8 in. So only put him in second, so Ultimate has clinched top spot as of yet. Sasha's not got a decent time. He's 12 seconds off his pace, so he's not got a qualifying time to get any further. So he's in P3 so far, and I believe that's all of it. It is. So would you like to square him off at the end?
Absolutely. As we come to a close for Q3 and qualifying in general, your top five will be Ultimate, Beard Boost, Sasha, Tigerus, and Danny, rounding out your top five. With the other five being Ryan, right outside P5, Anderson, Feed, Jeebus, and Zola. Definitely an interesting round out. Mainly the English, but also some Welsh and Romanian faces in there.
It's nice to see the Mercedes up in the top five as well as the Racing Point finally in the top five. But also, it's nice to see the fact that Red Bull have made it into the top 10 and hopefully can progress their way forward to finish on a podium spot.
Oh, and here it comes, the race. The largest thing that we get to do as commentators when we get to go loud straight into T1. Will it happen? Will say nobody knows. Will Ultimate be able to get away cleanly, or will he be the first one to make a mistake and then absolutely create a web of carnage for, I believe, all 18 of these drivers?
I'm guessing we'll find out shortly with the race starting very soon, but also just to let you all know that there will be a minute silence. I'm just waiting for the time that they're going to put out for, I believe, wasn't it Andre? Not Andre. It was the Italian driver. Not Italian driver, was he?
Uh, there's a lot of Italian drivers.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting it wrong here, aren't I? Uh,
Maybe chat can tell you. Chat, got any ideas? Andre Compos. There will be a minute silence for him. The time will be, I don't know, I'm just looking into it now. Indeed, the loss of a great driver. Has that the 1 minute of silence been elapsed, or?
I believe so. We've done a minute. I can't see that being an issue because we have been more than a minute quiet anyway.
Indeed. If you all were also being silent during the minute of silence, we thank you all in X2 and X1 and through the entirety of the XRL League. Truly a sad day to see Entree Compost go. I bet he was a fantastic driver.
He sure was. He's a phenomenal driver through and through, and it's a shame he's had to go. But I'd just like to say good luck to everyone in X2, and you can take it underway in the next second now.
Understood. Here we go as we go loud here in Mexico. All the V6s. Lights. Here we go. 4 lights. 5 lights. And here we go. Lights out and away we go here at Mexico. Ultimate getting away first. Followed by Beavers. Followed by Generals. Followed by Sasha. Followed by Danny. Followed by Fiend. We're seeing some debris, I believe. Oh, and that's many. I think that was the McLaren going a little bit wide in the midfield. As they go through T1 and T2 all the way through the T3 complex. Everybody just getting away cleanly. It's incredible what these X2 drivers can do as they all come away cleanly through the first sector. Will they be able to make it cleanly through turn 4? And it looks like the entire grid will. I'm telling you, these are fantastic drivers. They always show up with a show, and they do extremely well as they now go into the S-Bends. That long train of cars as they now exit the S-Bends. Ultimate starting to lose away through Beer Boost, just watching and just slowly falling back into their main positions through lap 1. As Ultimate comes out of I believe that's T17 or 18, as he comes to do his first lap.
Yeah, Ultimate's done an absolute fly of a start. He's done an absolute phenomenal job to get 2 seconds in front of Beer Boost, but also Danny's done an amazing job in the racing point.
Oh,
in the racing point.
Dedger's in the pits, and same with Mr. Schmee. The 2 Ferraris are in the pits.
Oh, the double stacking, this is not good for them at all. That means Mr. Schmee's going to have double pit stop time in this race, especially with his 5-second penalty lot. He's still waiting for him to go. Dedger's still sat there. Dedger's car's disappeared. Where's that? Dedger's car now is just coming out of the pits now. Mr. Schmee is also just getting his wing changed. They must have had an instant together. But as we're running back with Danny, and then Sasha just not far behind with Fiend and the Tigers. Mr. Tigers in the Mercedes right on the back of the Red Bull. Coming through the S's. Keeping it very clean there. Shame DRS has not been opened yet. It will get enabled on this next lap. All the Alfa Romeo Ride Hurricanes on the back end of Zola in the Red Bull. Also getting involved with Jeebus John in the Mercedes. Moving through the Mexican arena now. Oh, Tiger is
now getting the first 3-second time penalty. Now Ultimate now getting the fastest lap of a 1:16.8.
Tiger's now is on the pit straight. He's right on the back of Fiend. He's looking on the outside. The side by side coming to turn 1.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, still
T1.
side by side.
Tigeras still just being relentless in that Mercedes, trying everything he can to. Oh! That was a front wing. I saw that. That was debris. That was a front wing there.
That's unfortunate there for Fiend, because Fiend's got damage on that car. I think he may let his teammate pass. He has let his teammate pass. I know you might be.
As Hurricane's
going to say thank you very much. I'll take that spot too, as he is trying to defend it for Zola to gain some spots and try and catch up with Tigores in that Mercedes.
Indeed, with that Sector 1 being a little bit bad for Fiend, he is now limping back to the pits with a little bit of aero not being on his car.
That's unfortunate, because now he's got the absolute pack of the train behind him. You've got Jeebus John, Waddington and Venom all now on the back trying to get past him, but Fiend's doing a good job basically as a teammate to keep him away from Zola as he is trying to get into the pits. And Mercedes.
Sector 3 yellow flags. Oh, it's clear.
I was going to say, Jeebus John went to the inside of him then as Fiend was trying to go into the pits, but it's clear now he's flying up straight.
It's Danny! Danny is stopped right on the pits! Right on the pit border.
What happened to Danny there? He was in the top 3, but now he's all of a sudden at the back of the pack. Also with Fiend in the pits as well. He's just got behind Fiend, but he's got a wing change to do. That's going to be at least 8 seconds. The 2 Ferraris are now just coming to the... Oh no, the first Ferrari will be Deadker passing Danny and Fiend. But there's a changeover with Wellington and Jeebus John.
Definitely going to make amends. Knock, who's there? There's a 3-second time penalty for Ultimate.
Oh, Renault with ollies on the inside of Anderson as well. Anderson's not going to let him have it that easy. They're coming into the S-Pens now.
Ollie still trying to fight back on that orange Papaya McLaren, as Venom also wants to take a bit of that action.
That's an absolute phenomenal drive there for them too. That's an absolute phenomenal drive. But also you've got Venom on the back end of the Renault trying to get that spot of 10th position. This is crazy action so far in 5 laps of this session at Mexico, and they're still battling it out to get through the pack.
Danny now getting in P17. The rookie for X2 seems to be just not having a great race for his career, or at least for his X2 career, that is. Can he make amends, and can he recover from his little incident?
Ultimate, just running alongside with Ultimate now. Ultimate's just got a near enough a 7-second gap in front of Beer Boost, so Beer Boost is not going to challenge him. He's just going to try and keep 2nd position as much as he can.
Danny now getting a 3-second time penalty.
That's unfortunate for Danny. It's not good for him. He's had a good absolute blind of a qualifying session, but the race at the minute has not been nice to him at all. But you've still got from position 5 all the way up to position 11, all buying it out to try and get through the pack.
Indeed, and also it's just, if I'm going to be honest, for me, it's gut-wrenching to see both Ferraris pretty much at the back of the grid. I don't know what. Oh, dear God, that seems to be a Red Bull. Now it's Jeebus John and the Mercedes.
Jeebus John.
That's going to bring out the virtual safety car.
No
I don't know
way.
what the heck happened there. It's just
Jeebus
all of a sudden I just saw the silver car suddenly just merge itself with the barrier.
All I saw was Zola just flying from one side to the other. I thought it was Zola that had an issue, but it was Jeebus John that
was Penku.
colliding into the wall.
Penku is lipping.
Oh, no way, that's Penku in the Renault. He may be coming to the pits. We'll find out now. He is coming to the... Oh, he's not coming to the pits. He must not have any damage at all on that car. He must be fine, but Zola definitely has got damage on that. He hasn't. Oh, I thought he had. It looked like he had a wing damage from Jeebus John, but he must have obviously missed him. But they are under virtual safety car at the minute.
Poor Jeebus John, he will be our first DNF for this Mexican Grand Prix. I felt he had a little bit of potential this race. However, unfortunately, we will not be able to see any of that potential. I am getting word now. Jeebus is okay, just a little bit shaken up.
Yeah, it's nice to see these drivers being okay after an incident like that. But the virtual safety car is now finished. We're on green flags. Running along with Zola now with a helicopter view. It's absolutely phenomenal to see. But behind him, Hazel is also behind Smooth. Hazel never had a decent qualifying session, but he's doing well so far in 12th position. And the Haz.
Beer Boost now getting the leader. Now followed. Oh, Ultimate's pitting. Ultimate's pitting, I believe, for a new compound attire. As he gets knocked down into P7, now P8, P9 as he continues to fall through the order. Now Beer Boost being the leader of this race, followed by Sasha, followed by Tegeros, followed by Ryan, followed by Waddington.
Oh, it's a 3-car battle around the first corner.
Last race, and that's yellow flags. I believe that's the rookie of Danny. Yeah, that's Danny behind the wall. Fortunately, it seems that he has enough. It doesn't seem he actually has much damage.
No, there's no damage on the car, but this is going to be crazy because now it's all of a sudden Beer Boost is in first position due to obviously Ultimate having a pit stop. They're getting close to the back of the pack already. We're on lap 7. We're not even a quarter of the way through the race, and they're already starting to get lapped. It's unbelievable, this.
If you didn't believe me when I said Beer Boost Sasha or Ultimate or Superman, this is a very fine example of it, as Venom gets a 3-second time penalty. Only lap 7, and they're now starting to catch up to Danny and Mr. Shmee at the back of the grid.
Danny's in the pits. I believe he's getting he's going onto the hard tyre. He's wanting to see if he can get them through to the end to have no more pit stops and just gain some more places back from all this lot. But I'm sorry to say you, Mr. Danny Boy, you've already got 15 cars to get through, and that is a lot to get through. Danny
now exiting the pits, now rejoining the track.
Sector
3,
Renault,
yellow flags.
Penku's gone. Penku's gone, the back of the hairpin.
Again for Penku, as he somewhat scrapes the wall a little bit. He'll, I think he'll be continuing on. Oh, that's his entire, from his point of view at least, left wing. And he'll be coming into the pits to change that.
Ooh, we got close then to the pit wall. Jesus Christ, and he took his wing out completely then. Or maybe he didn't exit the race.
No, he nearly did a Shmee.
He did a Shmee, correct.
Ugh. I just love the little banter that we have next to it. It's so unfortunate for Penku. He's always been at the back of the grid every single Grand Prix that I've seen him in. Yeah. He just needs to pull off something.
He does. He needs to pull something.
It's some form of miracle.
There's three races. I think it's 3 races to go. There's Brazil. Oh no, there's 2 races to go. We've got Brazil and then Abu Dhabi next. Hopefully, he can pull something out of the bag to end the season off in a good way. But I'm just watching Ollie and Ultimate. Also Anderson. Ultimate's on the outside of the Renault. Can he get DRS down the pit straight? He's also got Anderson. It's in Ultimate's way. It's 3 wide.
Ultimate almost is 3 wide. Oh, but it's going to stay 2 wide as
and
holy crap! We know that's Ultimate. Ultimate showing his superior driving skill by just making mincemeat of Ollie and Anderson.
Wow, that was crazy. An absolutely phenomenal dive there. He took 2 positions out on 1 straight. That's unbelievable. Hazel
now getting fastest lap.
Jesus, this is crazy. But Ollie and Anderson are still at it. They're the closest one battling out so far in this race.
As Ultimate, after Ultimate's little pit stop from his little incident, he is now completely in hunt mode, and he is hunting down every single car that is near him. Jesus. And in this case, it's Waddington and P5.
He's on the back end of Waddington like no tomorrow.
He's going to try to go on the outside. Oh, he's trying to do a little bit of a switchback. For Waddington, right near that rear diffuser.
It's right on the back of Waddington now. I'm running on board with him, watching him now. He's got ERS and DRS now kicking in. He's got no ERS left. The DRS is there. He's totally took Waddington easy on the pit straight. Unbelievable. Unbelievable pace there for the Alfa Romeo.
Passed Waddington like he was standing still.
That is crazy. Ultimate is going to be flying through this pack now, trying to get back into his top position. Bear in mind, he's still got another pit stop to go. He may go on the hards to last him to the end of the race, and that might help him.
Shmee now getting a 3-second time penalty. Already, I believe, nearly over half of the grid having penalties, with now Penku getting a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. But I think all he's trying to do is just allow the other drivers through without causing much damage.
Correct, that's obviously correct, but obviously you might like to know that one of the Ferraris have now slowly starting to get through the pack. He is in 12th position, it's Dedgar.
That's Dedgar.
Hopefully,
Dedgar, my boy.
Hopefully he can get your team into the top 10, we'll find out.
Oh, that's Penku. Penku out of the S's. He's out.
That is unbelievable. Who was that then?
Oh, dear God, Penku.
Oh, Penku completely out of the race.
Oh,
wow, that is unfortunate.
That right tire is just off.
Penku now has been the car's gone.
Penku.
Oh, he's not had a good season so far for him, I think. Well, back end of the season anyway. So virtual safety car is out. Still no actual hard safety car. It's still the virtuals. A safety car is what they're after. I think they'd love to have a safety car to change this race around a bit, but Zola's in the pits getting a tyre change.
Ultimate still in hunt mode. Now hunting down Ryan. Back on his rear diffuser.
He's battling his teammate. Will his teammate just say, yeah, take it, no problem at all? Or is he going to let him have a good fight with him? Go on, let him have the... Let him...
If Ryan is smart, he's
Oh,
gonna
he just contacted him!
There's contact! I think that was a brake check.
Oh no, that's not what Ryan wants to be doing to his teammate. The teammate that's actually the fastest car on track so far is now missing an end plate, so that's going to damage his performance throughout this race. But as I can see on the screen, there's rain coming. Is that drops of rain I can see?
I think so. Yeah, that's rain. That's right. I don't think that's the marbles.
Wow, if that's rain in the next few laps or so, I'd say halfway through the race we may see some wet weather tyres coming on.
Ultimate now going into the pits for the wets.
I don't know, would he go for the wets yet? Because it's not as wet, but there is rain coming down. Oh, he is. He's going intermediates. He's gone on to intermediates now, look. First car to go on intermediates, and that's Ultimate. Wow.
Ultimate is just a master of tacticianing. He knows for a fact it's going to rain, and when it does, everybody will be in the pits for wets or intermediates, and that's when his time will be able to shine for him getting back into P1. As it seems, I think the rain is continuing to fall.
We'll have to keep an eye on Ultimate from now, because obviously there's no spray yet on the track, and it's not raining that heavy.
Oh no! I saw some water. Either that or that was the mirage. But I saw some water.
Well, hopefully he's got performance in them tyres, but he will be sliding for a bit until there is more water on that track. But we'll see what's going to happen now, because they've got Degger in the Ferrari. It's going to proceed into position 10, hopefully, for you Ferrari fans.
Yeah, I'm absolutely screaming in the back of my mind. Go on, Degger! Dude, Daddy Ferrari proud! Yes! 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 He's getting him on the inside!
Oh, that's an absolute phenomenal move there from Degger. Oh, also the driver of Hazel. Hazel's now got through. So obviously Ultimate hasn't got the pay. Oh, he's twitching a bit, Ultimate. He might have put them into this on a bit too early, but he might as well.
Degger now passing Hazel.
That is crazy.
Smooth now passing Tigres. It's just all happening. It's all going down here in Mexico. If you're just joining us now, welcome to the X2 XRL for 2021 Mexican Grand Prix, round 19. I am your host, Root Beer King, as well as with Herbie. So far, so very dramatic for this Mexican Grand Prix, as we are currently on lap 13. I believe I'm about to transition to lap 14 soon, when Beer Boost comes over again. Penku and Jeebus just not having just a great season. Especially for Penku.
Yeah, I totally agree. For the Renault driver, Penku, he's not had a good few races at all. He's been either a DNF or a disqualification for him. But hopefully he can bring it to his last two races and bring an absolute phenomenal performance in the next two races at Brazil and Abu Dhabi. But I'm looking at Ultimate, and Ultimate must have gone a bit too early on his tyres, because he's not gaining at all on any driver with them inters on. I think he might have done a bit too early, but he's struggling. He might not be able to get back through this pack quick enough.
I think that might have been a backfire. No, I saw rain. Yeah, I'm seeing multiple rain droplets. Yep, that's rain droplets.
Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it.
Oh, it's Ultimate. Ultimate's out of the race.
Oh
Holy
my
crap!
God.
Talk about drama. Ultimate being an absolute title contender is out of this race.
My
Holy
God.
crap!
I knew them inters were too early. He went for the gamble, and the gamble hasn't paid off for him. That is so unfortunate for Ultimate. That really is unfortunate. Virtual safety car again out for the rest of the remaining drivers.
Beer Boost basically now just has it wide open for him with Ultimate gone. Beer Boost has definitely a much better chance to get near to that to get P1 and win this race. But Sasha will also be just constantly hammering on him. But Beer Boost has not had any form penalty just yet.
No, he's got a clean race so far. Also, Waddington has. Waddington's got a clean race, so is Ollie in the Renault. But let me have a look at the penalties if I can. That's the wrong one to look at. It will be that one. That is correct. But Sasha's got 3. They've all got 3 that's got the flags, apart from Danny. Danny's got 6 seconds of penalties.
Anderson now getting a 3-second time penalty.
And there you go.
I'm still trying to process what just happened. I still can't believe it that Ultimate is now out of this race.
I know, he was the flying contender, wasn't he? He was the leader of the pack. He had the pace and everything, but he just gambled too early. Gambled way too early, but he had to gamble because his teammate Ryan Hurricane took his wing off with his braking. But Degger's in the pits now. What's he going to change to? He's changing to mediums.
Hopefully the Scarlet Ferrari 94 of Gedger doesn't have such a bad rap as Ultimate had when he was on the intermediates. But I am seeing more and more raindrops, so I think he played his cards correct, as both Ferraris are pretty much at the back of the grid for 13th and 14th.
They are, yeah, but I think, to be fair, they're not actually lapped anymore, because obviously Ultimate was the guy that lapped. It'd be Danny that's the only one that's been lapped so many times, but let me just double check this. Stops. No, that's not it. Let's go into interval. No, I can't see it. I can't see. Oh no, there you go. Danny's the only one that's been lapped. The 2 Ferraris are actually in the racing in front of the pack, with the pack. So they've not been lapped just of yet. But there's a Renault of Ollie on the side of Waddington.
Wait, where is? Oh yeah, there he is.
Ollie now got the RS. It's looking
Sasha
inside.
Oh, Beer Boost has. What happened? What happened to Beer Boost?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, Beer Boost went into the pits. He's got fresh tyres, fresh softs.
I bet that was a bit of a bad call. I think I'm continuing to see some more rain. Yep, there it is.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. The battle between Ollie and Waddington for P2 is definitely interesting as Ollie now goes full DRS. He's looking every possible way, every nook and cranny on this circuit to somewhere get near and perhaps even past Waddington.
I think it may be. I'm not going to say anything, but I think the next lap, I reckon you may be considering getting these wets on, or at least not wets. It's not fully raining, but I think intervenience may be the next lap. But Sasha's first one to pull in. I'm going to watch what he's going to put on. He's putting hards on. Is that hards? It is hard tyres.
Yeah, those are hards.
So no one's committed yet to the intermediates, but I'm just watching Venom now with Tigores. Venom's getting a taken by Tigores. Tigores takes his position in 3rd.
Tigores definitely now having a definite place being in the top 3. Now passing from Venom. Beard Boost right behind Venom. Yeah, Beard Boost right behind Venom. The Papaya Orange McLaren is definitely looking to get back up and re-secure his place. Oh! And I just saw Venom. Venom was a bit shaky there. I saw that. That will cost him time. Time that I doubt he can afford to stay in front of Beard Boost for long. As Beard Boost goes on the outside. Oh! That was dirty! I saw that, Beard Boost. Venom's now out of the race at the same place of Ultimate. I saw that. Freaking Beard Boost pushed him.
No way.
From the angle I saw. From the angle, oh my god. All sorts of drama here at Mexico.
Wow, that's Venom now out of the race. This is making it a really weird race ending because it's people that you don't normally see wanting to now come into the pits, and he is now going on to the intermediates. As I can see, he's the only guy at this minute putting intermediates on, so we must be confident on them intermediates.
Unfortunately, with Degger putting on those intermediates. Oh wait, no, Degger's back into softs. No,
Anderson's now gone on to intermediates. So the 2 cars are on intermediates are the McLaren Anderson and the Haas driver of Waddington.
The Ferrari of Dedger seems extremely slow.
We've also got Zola now. Zola's gone on to the intermediates for the Racing Bull. Safety car, full safety car is out for this, by the way.
Oh my god! Dedger is doing everything he can, including passing Zola, and he still has his mediums on. What's the guy thinking?
We could see, he may go in. He might be considering the fact that the cars ain't going to catch up to the safety car on the next lap, so he may pull in there just to get his position. Oh, he's gone wide there though. He's losing traction.
The safety car comes out. I wonder if Anderson. I so wonder what it looks like at a different angle with like Anderson's on board. If that was an actual full Manuel Spinalla from Beard Boost, putting Venom right into the wall.
He'll definitely put that into the incident report. I wouldn't believe if it wasn't a racing incident. It looked intentional. I very much doubt it would be, because I don't think Beard Boost is like that. But it will be an instant report, and well, in the next commentary of Brazil, we'll update you, everyone, and let you know what actual outcome was, if it was intentional or not. But I very much doubt it was. We probably just didn't see him.
They were side by side in the S's. Maybe he just was scared of getting a track extension or something, or maybe he was just trying to push Venom out a little bit.
I was running on board with Sasha. Sasha's just chucking that car around like no tomorrow with them hards. You're not going to get them any hotter than what they are now because of the wet weather conditions. You should have pitted. I really would have recommended you to pit to put inters on. But I think this is going to turn into an intermediate race at the end.
It looks that way as Fiend now swaps for intermediates. The only people who haven't swapped yet are Tigurus, Beard Boost, Ryan, Ollie, Smooth, Sasha,
Hazel and Dedger.
Hazel, Dedger, and Shmi and Danny.
So the Red Bull team have actually gone on to the intermediates, so they're the full team to do so. So they're the only team that's actually fully done it, fully committed, because obviously Beer Boost is on softs and Anderson's on intermediates, and the McLarens haven't fully committed yet. They're waiting to see what performance they get out of the softs and the intermediates together. I would recommend the intermediates, my personal choice anyway, but I don't know. I don't know if Beer Boost is just going to hang on a bit more longer. Oh, Tigores just received a a penalty.
Tigurus?
I think Tigores.
What did he do?
I don't know, he just come sway, he just had a flash up then of a penalty then. Because I don't think he had a flag outside of him, or did he?
Also, I think Sasha is getting a little bit impatient with this safety car. I think Waddington was not really giving him much leeway, not really going as fast as he wants. As now Sasha comes now to the top three, as several of them are swapping for intermediates.
There's a lot of people going on intermediates, so that if you look at the minute, you're talking what, 2, 4, 6, 7 drivers that are in the top 10 that are not on intermediates. So it could be a big change here, because the next guy that's on the intermediates will be Anderson and then Zola. So this could be bang on for Zola for the Red Bull team. Also, to run alongside him would be Fiend and Ryan Hurricane. So hopefully Fiend can get past Ryan Hurricane to then put his son into third, because I'm sure for a fact that these guys are going to have to pit.
It could be possible, but Sasha's just absolutely struggling for grip now he's in the wet.
It's MR tyres. The R tyres aren't going to be that great at all. They're not
and he's
very
just absolutely chucking the car left and right, just trying to find some way of grip.
But we're 20 laps in. The weather has changed to a wet ending. Oh, if he wants to be careful, because he's going to end up hitting the back end of Beer Boost here. He needs to be really careful on putting that foot down with them wet tyres. He's all over the place.
Yes, indeed. All sorts of drama.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
All sorts of drama here at Mexico, as we're about to go green once more.
I think you'll see these top 5 drivers will go straight into the pits. I don't think they'll stop out long.
That'll mean then most likely Anderson will be getting P1.
Here we go, Tigores is holding the pack up. I don't know if he's holding it up so he can just shoot straight into the pits and not be in there too long. No, they're going for it.
They're staying out!
They're going for it.
They're staying out!
There's going to be disaster here. I've got a feeling something's going to happen here with Sasha and Beer Boost.
We'll have to see as they enter once more to T1. That's yellow flags! Okay.
Oh, Beer Boost on the outside of Tigores.
This is where the real Rainmasters come into play.
Oh, was that Racing Point? Racing Point. Who was that in the Racing Point? Was that Racing Point?
Oh no! It's Danny! Oh no! I think I just saw Fiend. Oh, that's that's Zola. Zola is now in the back. Poor Danny's now being hardcore type lapped, and he's now getting lapped by a Scarlet Ferrari. I believe that is of Dedgar.
I don't know why Zola's gone onto the mediums. He's pitted again and gone to mediums. That is a very interesting strategy.
I think maybe he is having just a bit of trouble with the control or the team back in the pit box.
Possible.
Maybe some misinformation.
Well, Ollie now is on the back end of Tigores in the Mercedes. Can the Renault get his foot down and get past him with
They
the
are
DRS?
still on softs.
But the intermediate drivers have all dropped. I don't get it. All the intermediate drivers are slow, but the weather's absolutely slow.
Ample, just leave, please, for the love of God. Thank you.
Oh, the side by side of Mr. Schmee and Danny. Why ain't Danny getting out of the way? He's blue flagged. Come on, Danny, get out of the way. Mr. Anderson's not going to like that. He blocked him. Oh, that's not nice.
That's weird. Fiend is on intermediates. I bet they're thinking that maybe the rain's going to clear up. Dedgar and Schmee, the two Ferraris in 9th and 8th, both together. Schmee being on the hards, and Dedgar being on the mediums. I'm just praying something will happen. Something will happen positive for the Ferrari team. After all, they are currently points contenders, so they will be able to get points if they do stay in this on this pace. It looks like, but I don't know how much the penalties will rack up.
So the DRS has been enabled, so the weather must be changing. The weather must be changing, so DRS has now been enabled. This is strange. This is really strange for me.
Weather, make up your mind! You want to be wet or not?
So the two Haas drivers now, Hazel and Warrington, are battling it out, trying to get past Smooth in the Williams. Williams driver is not letting him through.
The track is drying out.
So here we go. Warrington's done an absolute phenomenal move on. Oh, he's going to attack his teammate. His teammates are side by side. Hazel and Warrington. Going to keep it clean. Don't take each other out. Oh, that's phenomenal driving there from Warrington there. But Hazel's just opened the door on Smooth, but Smooth's been cut off. But also now your favourite team's come through. Dedgar now is in 8th. Battling it out with Smooth.
Come on, Dedgar, my boy! Smooth definitely trying to do all sorts of defense on Dedgar. That Scarlet Ferrari screaming with its Ferrari V6 turbo. Dedgar's backing out on this corner.
Danny's just received a 3-second
Danny
penalty.
now getting a 3-second time penalty. There we go.
Oh dear.
What's incredible, it's still raining. Beard Boost and Ollie have not pitted, and to even continue that, they're in first, and they have no penalties.
I know, this is absolutely phenomenal, but it's definitely a strange way of weather at the minute. Oh, Tigores is now battling out with Sasha. Sasha's just got round him before turn 1. AlphaTauri's getting some really good pace out of him there. Cleared it completely. Tigores is struggling on them 13-lap tyres. He needs to try and change them tyres quick, or else he's not going to perform at all very well, because he's got the two Haas drivers now, Warrington and Hazel, now gaining on him towards the S's.
Hazel getting just all. It just seems to grid because of the safety cars. Now 4 drivers being DNF from this race. It'll be definitely interesting to see if, say, some of the back guys can somehow get near Beer Boost, as Ollie has done today, being sandwiched in between 2 of the great contenders, that being Sasha and Beard Boost. Just gonna have to find out.
Here we go. You got Wellington now looking on the inside. He's bottled it out. He's caught behind Digores. He's hopefully he's gonna let. Oh, he's just dived in now. Look.
Oh!
Great move there from Wellington.
Waddington going with a dive bomb. Now Tigurus being sandwiched in between Hazel and Hazel. Look how aggressive that was. Going on the outside of the final corner.
Hazel's still on the back end of him. He's going to use the DRS on him. He's on the outside of him now.
Holy crap, it's a drag race to T1. And it looks to me like Hazel is not going to be just simply giving up his position as the Ferrari of Dedgar. I believe will finally make that move stick and get past Smooth. Smooth and Dedgar are still battling it out.
Dedgar's just been tapped by Smooth because Smooth lost traction, but he's on the back of him now. Dedgar's on the back end of Smooth on the DRS straight. Can he get onto him? He can't use his DRS. If he uses
dive
DRS,
bomb.
He could have had him.
No!
That's unfortunate there for Dedgar, but Dedgar will get him again on the S's.
Dedgar and Shmee, both. Oh! Ollie getting a 3-second time penalty and also being in first place. But as of now, Beard Boost will be able to stay in first if the race continues to progress like this.
Indeed, we've got 11 laps, up to 10 laps remaining of the session. Been an absolute phenomenal race, but there you go. Ollie's just coming into the pits now. Will Ollie change to softs or mediums? We'll find out. Coming into the pits now. Another set of softs, I believe.
Ollie
that
will
is.
now have to face the entire train that is the Formula 1 cars. Tigurus now going into the pits.
Tigurus is also into the pits.
That puts Dedgar into 7th, followed now by Shmee.
As it went onto the medium tyres.
Oh! Come on, Dedgar! Get him into T1! Will he be up? No! He's gonna back out! I just don't think he's confident enough. I just don't think he has the confidence to get Smooth into T2, or T1, rather.
Oh, he's coming into now. He's on the back end Smooth still. He can't seem to get much pace onto the back end of him. He ain't got the power. But he is on medium tyres, but them softs of Smooth are going to end up dying soon, so he will gain a position because he'll have to pit. But hopefully Dedgar can keep these tyres going to the end of the race.
But as of now, Dedgar and Shmee are both points contenders. So basically, here's your top 10: Beard Boost, Sasha, Waddington, Hazel, Smooth, Dedgar, Ollie, Shmee, Tigurus, and Zola, with Anderson, Ryan, and Fiend and Danny being outside. Poor Danny, he's had a fantastic Q2, but it's just not being able to show it in the race, as Sasha now gets a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, I'm surprised you not said you not knock who's there. 3-second time penalty there for Sasha. That means it's going to absolutely jeopardise his position in 3rd position because he's got both Haas drivers now coming up to the back end of him. Wallington's just took his position on the first corner. He's got it cleanly.
And Dedgar with the mediums. You have to give it to Dedgar and Shmee. They are staying on the hards, and everybody's on slicks. Nobody's on intermediates.
No, definitely not. And with Mr. Shmee on hards, he'll last them to the end of the race for definite. No, he won't have much tyre wear either, so hopefully he can keep them warm. He's got the pace then to get on the back end of Ollie and probably progress through to the top 5 with Hazel battling it now with Sasha. Hopefully he can get him into the S's or absolutely on the pit straight.
All sorts of drama happening down here in Mexico as we're now about to come to lap 28 of this Mexican Grand Prix. Dedgar now getting a 3-second time penalty. No!
It's all good because Ollie's going to be on the back end of him now. Hopefully it doesn't cut the corner. Oh, I thought he twitched into the Renault then, but no, Dedgar's there. He's still on the back end of him.
Dedgar now losing the position to the Renault, but he's still at the back. He's still trying to fight, but he doesn't know if it's over or not.
Beer Boost in the pits.
Now being in... What's he going on to?
He's on softs, he's on fresh softs, no laps on these softs, so they're fresh. He's going to have a fight with Ollie, I think, because these are the two guys who've got the fresh tyres out the top 5.
Waddington having 7 laps on those mediums, and Sasha with 10 laps on those hards. I don't know if they'll be able to do it.
These Haas drivers.
Because Beard Boost is definitely an extremely quick driver.
Indeed, but I was
But
just going to
Hazel
say...
and Waddington just constantly sandwiching Sasha. The Haas drivers trying to see if they can't do a 1-2.
This is it. They're going to, with the tyre choice that they've both got, they're both on mediums. They've both got an average of 9 to 7 laps each, so they are got the same tyre wear roughly. And they're going to try and keep out as much as they can to keep in the top 3. As Beard Boost and Ollie are the ones with the fresh tyres, and they're going to be fighting the way through the pack, trying to get into the top 3 again. I think the Haas drivers are going to be loving this because they will want to stop there. They'll not want to pit now, they'll want to be focusing to the end of the race, but we've got to switch over with Degger and Beard Boost. Beard Boost has just took Mr. Schmees just received a 3-second time penalty as well for the Ferrari driver, but that's 2 Ferraris in the top 10 at the minute. Ollie's starting to progress closer and closer to the Haas drivers. We've got Hazel and Waddington plus Sasha involved in the top 3. They're all within a second and a half between each other. So they're going to get a Renault to join them, plus the McLaren of Beard Boost to join him as well. He is 3 seconds behind, but he'll soon make that up. Zola's just received a 3-second time penalty. Zola now's got a DRS now on the back end of smooth. Can he get closer to that Williams driver into turn 1 and carry the DRS into the next DRS straight just after this corner now? Can he get a good exit? DRS on. Can he get closer towards for the S-bends? Hopefully, if he does, he will gain another position, but his penalties won't help him at all, because I think some of these drivers have got some serious penalties. Let's have a look. We've got Sasha with 6 seconds of penalties, followed by Hazel with 3, Ollie with 3, Degger in 6, that's got 6 seconds, along with his teammate Mr. Schmee, also got 6 seconds. Ty Gores with 3 seconds. Zolder's got his 6 seconds and he's behind Smooth. Hopefully, if Smooth pits, I very much doubt he will. If he can pit, he'll gain his spot for definite, because Anderson behind him, who's 2 seconds behind, has also got 6 seconds. Ty Gores has just received a 3-second time penalty. There's a changeover with Hazel and Sasha. That'll be on the pit straight. Oh, the side-by-side's contact. Sasha just had contact with Ollie and the Hazel in the Haas car, but Ollie and Hazel are side by side.
Oh, it's 1-2. Ollie now getting into the mix. Also,
he's just dive bombed him.
Did get a bit of a yeah. Ollie being sandwiched now between the 2 Haas drivers. Haas drivers. There we go. Dedger and Shmi staying together as Anderson get the 3-second time penalty. Beard Boost now being sandwiched in between so many drivers. I don't think he's ever done this before. As we now go on to lap 30.
31, coming up to 31 now.
Yep.
But Ollie, with the fresher tyres and the quicker tyres on the softs, he's starting to gain onto the back of Waddington. He will not want this, but at least both Haas drivers will be in the top 3 if they can keep the spots. As Sasha's the next driver behind him, and they've all got 6-second penalties. I believe it's 6-second penalties. Just read them out. Yeah, and Ollie and Hazel have got 3 seconds. So if Ollie does overtake, if he can keep within 3 seconds of Ollie, he will gain his first position back.
Waddington still staying in first, seeing that yellow and black Renault right on his rear diffuser. He just doesn't know where to go. Ollie's just wanting to get in front of him, but Waddington doesn't want him to. But Ollie, I don't think, will not be denied. Here comes Ollie as through the S's. Ollie stays back a little bit, but only just. As I just saw from the back of the Haas from the Waddington, I think I just saw the papaya orange car of Beard Boost as Danny gets another 3-second time penalty.
Ollie's all over the back of this Wellington. Is Wellington going to be able to defend it and try and get his teammate through? Because his teammate's on the back end, so it's Beard Boost. Beard Boost is now getting involved. He's on the inside of Hazel on the last corner. Oh, Hazel got a bit of a touch there.
Hazel's all doing all sorts of sideways, and it's still somewhat raining. It's a bit of a drizzle now.
Oh, this is the game. This is going to be on the joke now because Ollie's now flying up the fucking pitch straight.
He now getting a 3-second time penalty.
I don't know why I just swore then. That's not good for the stream, but oh my god.
My voice just cracked.
But also, Beard Boost now with the soft tyres, with only 3 laps on him, is flying towards Wellington. So now that's both Has drivers starting to come off the back end of the podium position. So it'll only be Wellington at the minute in 3rd position. Can Hazel try and gain back and get in front of his teammate, or will he just let him have it? But Beard Boost, Sasha's just received another.
Sasha now getting a 3-second time penalty. As Beard Boost is now sandwiched once more in, with the two Haas drivers. Ollie now taking the lead of this Mexican Grand Prix with around only 3 laps to go.
3 laps to go, and also Smoothie's just overtaken Mr. Shmee. Mr. Shmee's starting to struggle on them hard tyres. It's 14 laps old. He is in 9th position, so that's 2 Ferraris in the top 10. They are going to get points.
And Dedger is just absolutely pulling off one hell of a fantastic race, even though he is now just entering the final corner and going through it to start on his 33rd lap.
Beard Boost now is flying into the back end of the Has car. He's side by side to turn 1. Will Wellington defend it? He's not. He's letting pass.
Beard Boost will not be denied his 2nd position. He still has no penalties.
Not one penalty, and Ollie's got penalties as well. So all we want to do is just try and get close as he can to that Renault to gain his position back without even breaking the sweat on the overtaking. Right, Hurricane with a 3-second time penalty.
Ollie just trying to see what he can do to just stay away from Dedger.
Oh, Mr. Shmee had an issue.
Dedger, Beard Boost.
Mr. Shmee's had an issue. Anderson now in the McLaren is overtaking the Ferrari. Side by side.
I think it's those tires. I think it's this. Oh, and he nearly does a Manuel Spinalla. It's now
a bit of contact.
McLaren Ferrari battle.
So still at the minute the Ferraris are going to be in the top 10. So you may have your Ferrari points.
Indeed, Dedger doing extremely well for Ferrari. The top 6. But Beard Boost now not being denied his first position as Danny. Jesus. Danny now has 15 seconds.
Wow.
To his total penalty time.
2 more than mate and you're out.
As long as Beard Boost just continues to stay consistent and with Ollie, it seems that he will be P1. Ollie just needs to just find some way, just finding a couple more seconds to scram away from Beard Boost.
Indeed, because Ollie's got a 3-second time penalty, so as long as he's ahead of him for 3 seconds, he will keep his position in pole position, but Beard Boost is not going to be doing that. He'll be chewing back end of him.
3-second time penalty.
That's unlucky for Fiend.
Fiend, even though still at the back of the grid, and has no points.
Twitch there for Sasha. Sasha did a bit of a twitch there for the S's. I caught that.
Dedger now getting a 3-second time penalty.
Oh dear, it's not good for the Ferraris now. You stop getting these penalties and start putting more foot down and keep it clean.
But it will seem that Dedger, if Tigris still stays back there, as we head on now to the penultimate lap of this Mexican Grand Prix, it seems that if Tigris can still stay back from Dedger with his 9 seconds of penalties, Dedger will stay to secure P6.
He sure will. I'm just watching on board with Ollie. He's starting to come He probably will be on the next lap, on the final lap, but he's starting to get close to traffic, and this will start bringing Boost in a lot more quicker and more closer to him. So this may be a big opportunity for Boost to gain first position through penalty points, but if Ollie can get around him before the next lap, it will help him, because he'll be able to use him as a guard to stop him from getting any closer.
It's all going down here at the Mexican Grand Prix. We've truly seen some incredible, and I mean incredible, crashes, and just absolute drama, as Sasha gets another 3-second time penalty. That will bring up his total to 12 as we head through the final corners with Beer Boost and Ollie to start the final lap of this Mexican Grand Prix. Will Beer Boost be able to stay behind and stay consistent and get that P1 with Waddington right behind him, but 7 seconds behind? It will seem Waddington will secure P3.
It sure will, it definitely will, but Jesus. Well, it's been quite close now because it's 2 tenths.
No!
Well,
Ollie's low on fuel.
He'll be feathering that car now on low, but will Waddington be the same? Not Waddington. Oh, Hazel's died. Hazel's gone. Hazel's gone.
Oh my god.
Oh, no way. He's lost his position for the Haz driver. He was in
Right
fourth.
on the S's. He was so close. I bet he's just kicking himself like all of these other drivers. That makes five drivers now being DNF.
That
means Denker will now be pushed into 5 and Sasha into 4th. That also
been
means
cleared.
Schmee will stay in P9. Denker now getting another 3-second time penalty, now having 12 seconds of penalties.
Oh, he's 3 seconds.
it's
Oh,
nasty.
can he pull his 3 seconds? He's three tenths in front. Can he pull that off?
Oh, can Ollie do anything?
He's got him. He's got him. Oh,
Ollie
2 tenths
will
out.
be your Mexican Grand Prix winner, followed by Beerus Boost, and now followed by Waddington, followed by now Sasha, who comes home. Comes home in P4, and Denker doing Enzo Ferrari proud, staying in front of Tigurus and getting P5.
Will he keep that spot?
P6.
P6. He'll
No! Oh no! It's all gone wrong.
Oh, P7.
Tigurus. Oh my God! No!
He's secure now. He's
Oh,
secure.
it's all gone wrong for the Ferrari driver. P7, how?
He may be a Ferrari 710. Because Zola's coming up now. No, Zola couldn't do it. Won't get quick enough. He was 7 tenths behind, so Ferraris have come 7th and 9th. Brian Hurricane's the next car to come over. He's just coming through Mexican Arena. Final corner now.
It truly has been a crazy Mexican Grand Prix as he goes off.
As I watched that was brilliant.
Woo!
So, driver of the day from F1 game 2020 will be Waddington in the Haas car.
Yeah, Waddington and I forgot his name. Harry, was it?
Yes. Hazel.
Oh, and look at Ollie. Hazel.
Yeah.
As Ollie takes a selfie where he just won the freaking Mexican Grand Prix, further putting him through the points and looking to stay with Beer Boost.
And as that is your race there, as I've got the board coming up, I'll tell you drivers are Ollie in first, winning the Mexican Grand Prix, followed by Beer Boost in second. He started second, finished second, so he's not gained or lost anything, but he's done an absolute fab performance with no penalties at all. Waddington in the Haas car, come from 15th all the way to 3rd, an absolute phenomenal drive for Waddington. Also then Sasha in 4th, Tigers in 5th, Smooth in 6th, Degger in 7th, Anderson 8th, Mr. Speed 9th, Zola 10th, Hurricane in 11th, Hazel 12th, Fiend in 13th, Danny in 14th, Venom 15th, Ultimate in 16th, Penku 17th, and Jeebus John 18th.
And all 4 of the drivers from Venom to John are all DNF'd, including Ultimate, which we were not expecting. But it seems once more that, or at least Ultimate, for the first time in, I believe, his X2 career, he has made a mistake on going onto the intermediates too early.
Oh god, yeah, he did gamble there, didn't he? And it absolutely criticised him for the race, and it's a shame he's actually DNF from it and absolutely had a mess up in the S's. It didn't make him any better at all, and it looks like the people that went on sort of mediums or went on to Inters, went onto the track and noticed there was no change at all, and they were struggling even more on Inters. So while the safety car was in, they took the chance to change them back onto the mediums or softs.
Yes, indeed. Woo! That was one crazy Mexican Grand Prix if I've ever seen one.
You're not kidding. You're not kidding. So,
shall we see if we can't get any drivers in the commentary box?
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a little bit of interviews.
It was it was Ollie, wasn't it? If we want to try and get Ollie, if Ollie's still here.
Yep.
If not, you can try and ask Wallington if he likes to come in, because obviously he drove phenomenal from 15th to third.
Absolutely. We'll also have to ask him about how his teammate was, because that was just an incredible teammate drive.
Yeah, definitely.
With him and
I don't think I've got Ollie to send across. Have you got Ollie?
maybe no.
No, I haven't either. I've not even got Ultimate. Oh, God's sake.
I got Torpedo and Zola, but
if we can't get anybody in, we'll have to just shut it off. But we'll see. We'll see if we can get someone.
truly just a fantastic ending, though, to the Mexican Grand Prix. So what Grand Prix is next?
Your next Grand Prix, I believe, is Brazil. The next Grand Prix will be Brazil. Followed after that will be Abu Dhabi. So hopefully,
And will be the final one.
Yes, that will be your final race of the season for XRL, and that'll be on every tier. So obviously X1, X2, and X3 plus Dev League. Once the Abu Dhabi's finished, that is the end of the season for 2020-21.
And what a way to end the Mexican Grand Prix. It's just madness what we've seen here on track with Ultimate once again retiring. I was never expecting that, to be honest.
No, I wasn't at all. But like I said earlier, you just gambled too early, and a lot of people did earlier gamble to go into the intermediates. But obviously, they noticed quite quick that they weren't performing at all on the intermediates, so they decided to jump back onto the mediums and softs. But it did help a lot, because as you noticed with Waddington and Hazel, both on the softs and mediums, were flying through the pack in the Haz cars. But also you had Beard Boost and Ollie in the Renault and McLaren. They both stormed ahead with the medium softs on. So it did show that even if it rained, they still had the pace and the quickness with the medium and soft tyres.
I believe Beard Boost is just an absolute rain master. I think through any form of weather, I think he can just absolutely just trudge on and win a fantastic race. And he almost won it, only just, with Ollie just somehow staying 3 seconds in front, which is an absolute just miracle for Ollie, because 3 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but for us it's like freaking miles.
Yeah, it is. And to be honest with you, I also feel sorry for I feel sorry for Ultimate as well, because obviously, if you remember, they had that incident with Ryan Hurricane, his teammate, and they were coming towards the S's, weren't they? And I think Ryan Hurricane was trying to say, look, I'll let you through because I know you're a faster driver than me. And he braked too soon, and I don't think Ultimate was paying attention. He clipped the back end and took his wing off. And that wasn't really good for the Alfa Romeos at all. But
I'm gonna be honest. The main crazy thing, and I think that'll definitely spark some controversy, which is the little incident with Venom and Beard Boost.
Oh yes, of course. That was a bizarre thing between Venom and Beer Boost, I must admit. With Beer Boost taking him out, well, you can't say that it was intentional. I wouldn't say it would be at all, because he's not that type of driver, and it never is in any race, because we're not that type of people. But it was just so bizarre on how he took him out, and in Venom's eyes, it might look that way, but in Beer Boost's seat, with his visual, he might not have seen him. He could have just, I don't know. It's just a racing incident, until they get the racing reports through, and they decide through the stewards. So
agreed. Also, wait, hang on. I just lost my train of thought. Is there anything else you want to say before I close this off?
No, that's all good for me. We've got, obviously, sorry to everyone that we couldn't get the other drivers in to have a chat. Obviously, they've got other things planned or anything like that. But all in all, from me myself, I would just like to say thank you to Rootbeard for giving us a hand with the comms, as he's my, I'd say, probably permanent X2 comms, and I really appreciate the fact he's here and he's helped me out with this. And also to the X2 drivers, fantastic race throughout. It's a shame for the few drivers that we didn't expect to be DNFs. But all in all, fantastic race, fantastic evening. I'm XRL AB, and that's me finished. Thank you very much for tonight, and I'll pass you to Rootbeard.
Yes, indeed. And also, I'm just absolutely blessed to have a fantastic comms guy like Herbie with me. He's just an absolute incredible guy, and I probably couldn't ask for a better comms guy. Maybe Murray Walker, but that's out of the question. So anyways, that'll be the end of your Mexican Grand Prix. Tune in next weekend for round 19 of the XRL X2 League, that being at Brazil at the Great Interlagos Circuit. For me and Herbie here. If you loved it, please smash the like, follow on either Twitch or YouTube, and if you're watching this in post, please subscribe and tap the notification bell and leave a like. And if you're watching this from Twitch, please follow if you haven't already. Anyways, as I said before, that'll be it from me and Herbie, and yeah, we'll see you all next week.